rise, no stressing. Money boy on the beat.
I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough we go down. Now only we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we do. High tech, that juju money.
Juju money.
Price, they rise infinitely.
Infinity.
My God, that's just this blessing.
This blessings.
Digital money, no go rest, oh.
No rest.
Sharp pattern, they confirm. Every trader, they affirm. All time high, no be ceiling. Market makers, them, they feeling. My brother, check the stats. Numbers climbing like that.
Alright, let's take a look, let's check if everything is working fine, especially the sound, of course, so I don't talk to myself. Give me a second. Alright, the sound is working, so apparently we can start. My name is Hightech, of course, I'm the creator of the Hightech meme coin. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it, and I also comment on Hightech too from time to time here. So yeah, let's start. So it's been quite a few days since I live streamed last time, unfortunately. So should I keep it or should I close it? I closed. I closed. Normally I live stream through Rumble Studio, but whatever is the cause, today I was not able to do that. I kept receiving the error that live stream failed to be created. So that's why today I'm live streaming uniquely on YouTube, and as usual, of course, I pasted in the link to this live stream on my X page, so hopefully some people will come from there too. So yeah, a little bit, you know, a little bit too bad that I was not able to create it on Rumble, because on Rumble I have a little bit of views, always, like, I don't know, a couple of dozens, few dozens of views on every single live stream. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Rumble has some issues today, and I don't want to skip on this live stream today. So it's been long enough. It's been long enough. So let's go with it. So yeah, quite a few things have happened since the last time we spoke, and yeah, it's generally speaking, it's literally going the direction I predicted, meaning that we are, even though, of course, you know, whenever I'm hoping for some upside, I hope for it to happen much faster. And you know, what we've been seeing, so far has been a very slow motion, but at least this ball is rolling, you know, little by little our way. That's what counts the most. It means there is some, you know, accumulation of potential there. There is some pressure build up, and sooner or later it will have to explode. So, you know, it's leaning our way. So here I marked. First of all, this is the trade we are currently in. So yeah, we've seen a couple of fake outs before. This one is already plus 0.76% in profit, as you see. Very nice to, very nice to see it for a change, because last three trades were minor fake outs. Not really, nothing crazy, but it's always, you know, more satisfactory to see profitable trades than negative trades, even if they are small. And when we go over to the daily, here I marked here marked this bull flag. I think we are structurally speaking in a bull flag on 1D, and as you see, the price action is pressing against the upper line of this descending channel, the upper boundary of this descending channel, meaning that highly likely I am right when I talk about this pressure build up here, and I think within days, literally within days, we should observe a nice uptick here, a nice kickoff. And you know, many people, they like, for example, this line here. Let me mark it like this line here. They put it in a slightly different place. Some people will put it a little bit lower, some people will put it a little bit higher. Same is the case with trading systems, even those that trade for large market makers. So here the general rule is that, you know, the higher we go, the more of those conventions you will leave behind, and the more we prove that we are already, you know, past we already passed that level of resistance, right? Because right now we could argue that it's still holding us back, right? And then we have to start speculation about this line here, this descending downtrending line here, converting into support, of course. So so we are getting closer and closer to it, as you see, with every single day, and that's a very good sign, of course. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to ask them in the live chat. If you stumble upon this live stream, of course. And yeah, I will of course try to respond to the best of my abilities. Or if you watch it after this live stream is already over, I'll leave those questions in the comment section. I will definitely see it, and I will try to respond to your doubts there. So there's a few things I really like about what we can find in the charts. One is this one, of course. Another one is that Bitcoin dominance is definitely having a very hard time. It should start to have some hard time, as you see here. I think last time I was talking about potential head and shoulders formation here, but right now this one here actually started to look like a descending triangle right here, more or less. I think many people could identify this formation here, and right now we are breaking out of it towards the downside, and as you see with the candle body, we are marking a new low for first time in quite a while. So I think this one is already trying to tell us that there is at least a risk of some downward momentum unfolding. And when we switch over to the weekly, as you see, it's we are marking right now third weekly candle, red weekly candle in a row. When we switch over to Heikin Ashi, we are marking actually the first red Heikin Ashi weekly candle right now, meaning that something is spoiling with this uptrend here that has been lasting for 7 weeks in a row. If this one converts to green, that will be 8 weeks in a row. But as you see, it's for the time being, is printing red. Given you know, the circumstances, how high we are, plus 65%, 0.19. This is very, very high. So this thing should have gone down long ago. It's, in my opinion, this is an absolute miracle. We actually went this far. I don't really know what helped it to reach these heights, but it's really mind-blowing, and it definitely should have not come to this. So that is why the risk of this completely crashing is literally sky high. It can happen any moment, and I think on the daily, and on the weekly on conventional candles, this is literally what we are starting to witness here. I would be blown away if this thing comes back up and goes even higher. I think the odds for that are very very tiny. I mean, I already said it several times, similar things, and we kept going higher, but you know, like literally, it goes against the tides, right? This thing goes against the wind. It goes up the hill and against the wind. So for how much good luck this one is going to have. I think it just ran out of it. It literally just ran out of it. Especially when we confront it against the other chart. This one is looking very good in my opinion. I marked here where in my humble humble mind the altcoin season has started with this week here, with this retest here. I believe, I'm very convinced that we literally at this point, this is the earliest point at which we started the alt season, and from here we are going to see higher and higher higher and higher levels across the board. When we look at crypto bubbles, for example, today is quite a good day, which was not the rule, let's say. Throughout last few days, we've seen, some days were better, some days were worse. This one is actually quite good. Still not the level of growth I would like to see here, but definitely a good beginning. I mean, if we want to believe that what I preach about here is going to come to reality, and of course, in my opinion, it will come to reality. It will manifest. So yeah, like Magic plus 37.7. I have no idea what it is, but I know I traded on one of my profit sharings. Dask plus 15%. This one I trade to Sin. This one I do not trade for myself, nor for anybody else. But yeah, there is a little bit of red here and there, but nothing very worrisome, nothing very worrying. The green bubbles are vastly bigger than the red bubbles, and that's what counts. Overall, the altcoin market, as you see, is definitely much more bullish than bearish. So yeah, S&P has been doing quite good since the last time I live streamed, because we have beaten all-time highs day after day. Thursday last week was a very good day. As you see, it was the day closing the weekly trading session on TradFi. Monday was a little bit fearful, as you see, because there was a sell-off right here, and the day of today we recovered a little bit, and then we are going sideways for now, which is correct, because this jump up we witnessed on Thursday was a little bit out of the scale. So coming a little bit low, coming down a little bit after something like that, I think it's healthy. A slight pullback, a small pullback, nothing really catastrophic, just a very very healthy tiny correction. The title of this live stream, of course, is V-shaped recovery, and what do I mean by that? Let me refer to this. So generally speaking, and this is inspired actually by Alessio Rastani. Shout out to Alessio Rastani. If you haven't known or haven't watched his materials, I highly encourage you to find him on YouTube and subscribe to his channel. He is my favorite, let's say, market analyst. And even though I do not really, I would never go, let's say, with my trades according to his advice, because I have my own systems for that. But I think he's one of the, if not the most, let's say, sober sober voice when it comes to um, let's say overall market um, analytics, analysis, and so on. So he actually his guest. I think it was his guest. Maybe on the last material, he pointed out that we actually on S&P we had a very visible V-shaped recovery, and this is quite an important information, and quite an important formation, because when we search for other instances of something like this occurring, as you see, it was leading us to the continuation of the uptrend, right? So when we compare, for example, or even here, for example, right? Even here, when we compare those smaller instances to this one huge instance of V-shaped recovery, it immediately, sparks imagination that we must have much more growth ahead of us. And when we consider it from standpoint of what the Big Beautiful Bill promises, I think the only logic conclusion is that dollar will be aggressively depreciating, and of course there will be a lot of cash injection into the economy, and that must result in risk on assets performing well. So that is why this one here, I think, is one of the clearer indications that this is highly likely what expects us. And of course, that will have to favorite cryptos too. Cryptos, of course, are much smaller than stocks by capitalization, by liquidity as well. That means it is much easier to pump them. On top of that, they are, to say to a great extent, out of control of governments. What, to be honest, in this geopolitical setup can also help, different ways to receive more capital inflow than usual, than actually TradFi at certain occasions. So I think the potential to see one of the biggest pumps in the history on crypto, the potential is really great. And I think we are going to see certain coins popping and exceeding expectations by a far margin. I think, of course, with those coins that have the greatest potential are actually not large caps. I think small caps or even micro caps listed on tier 1 exchanges are literally like grenades, like sitting bombs. They can give you the most gains. I don't know which one of those are going to achieve that, of course, but I think the chances that something that has, I don't know, below $30 million capitalization, and for example is listed on Binance, has immediate access to the greatest liquidity in this sphere. I think a bet on a coin like that should do quite well within upcoming 12 months. I'm not saying we are going to see up only, because definitely there will be situations of shakeouts, and probably not one. And market has that tendency to fool vast majority of market participants, and does it very well. Even if a certain individual does actually everything that's supposed to be done, markets will still try to make that person doubt. So that one, of course, you must keep in your mind. But yeah, I think if you I'm at that category of coins in that according to that measure, I think you are going to do very well. The best trade, of course, I see on the entire internet right now is my own meme coin, the one I advertise here, of course, the one I promote here. which is high tech. I think this one is literally the biggest no-brainer on the entire internet. I think you should give it a try. Bet on it something small. If you are afraid, you don't really have to put large quantities here in order to benefit from this trade here. And that's why is really safe. It's really safe from few standpoints. One of them being very little liquidity now, so even if this one crashes here by 99% from here, it requires very little capital to bring it back up to where it is right now. That's the first, let's say, thing that secures you. If you want to get into this market and I don't know, get out at break even if it goes against you. This is the only project I promote here, and I'm very consequent. I'm very persistent in promoting my projects. So if I tell you I'm not going to promote any other projects, and this is literally what I'm telling you, you have it absolutely given that guaranteed that I'll be promoting it for long years. So again, given the liquidity it has, the real capitalization it has, which you should measure by liquidity and the coins that are in the liquidity pool, it's going to be very easy to grow it, right? Once the interest around cryptocurrencies kicks in globally, it's going to be really easy actually for this meme coin to grow. So it's yeah, like I said, it's the biggest no-brainer on the whole internet, in my opinion. If you think whatever I say here makes sense, I'm a sober thinking person, and generally speaking have a good opinion about me. And like I said, throw $1, $2, $3 at this one. Is going to do very well. It's going to serve you very well. So another thing that has happened recent days is that we started to receive really nice reads on meme coin search term on Google Trends among YouTube searches. I mean, initially we've seen that there was some projections of what the read from this, I mean, from last week is going to be, and those projections were really high. They were reaching even 100 points. Ultimately, as you see, it got reduced, which is good, because from very low level, like 19, the one we had, to 100, that was looking a little bit weird. But as you see, ultimately it melted down, and the one we actually got is 32, which as you see, it completely trashed the downtrend here, right? It negated the downtrend. It blew out of the water the previous highs. So we are definitely done with the downtrend, and we are starting something that will unfold into something bigger than it is at the moment. When we look at meme coins and meme coin search terms, both of them, it's literally the same occurrence, right? On one, as you see, we took out. Actually, on this one, have we taken out? No, on this one we haven't taken out this high so far. On meme coins, we have taken out many local highs. On the meme coin, this one is not still taken out, but definitely, as you see, we have a U-turn here, and yeah, there is a lot of merit if you hope for something bigger here. With the market context, with the altcoin context on big time frames, I think we have a really juicy setup, and we are going to see big moves finally. In this part of the space that we are most interested in that part of the space that carries the promise of the biggest gains, and the wait time is over, in my opinion. Within the next literally several days, we are going to witness that. Liquidation levels so far are still very low. Bitcoin below $30 million, that's very low, which is a good sign in this market context, with this market structure that we are having, with the way last 6 months has been looking, is a really good sign. I mean, some people interpret it the way that when the volume is lacking, it's a bad sign, but that depends on the market context. And if we have something like this after a prolonged sell-off and then a recovery, that's actually a very good sign. So that's why it is very easy to get confused here. Crypto fear and greed index is at 50, which is colder than yesterday. As you see, it has been circulating around 50, 55 for recent days. So it wasn't overheating. It wasn't even getting warm at times. Another good sign. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin just so we have we can have a quick look whenever we need. And what because this one is on OKEX. Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very, very happy, of course, to see it resolving this way. I've been preaching about it for months already that we will definitely go higher. It makes absolutely no sense with this type of liquidity, this class of liquidity we've been seeing. It makes absolutely zero sense for us to collapse from here. That will be a very inefficient profit taking for big players, for market makers. So those guys, they are not that silly. They know how to create liquidity when it's necessary, and if they do not create that liquidity, it's for a reason, right? Low liquidity can serve very well to you if you're a big player to mark higher and higher prices, just so later you can call for that liquidity and just dump into the retail, right? So in my opinion, this is literally what we've been seeing, a preparation for marking higher and higher prices without much balance, without much weight, and and then again, now as you see, it's the time we are breaking this descending channel. We are breaking the structure, breaking out of it, meaning that it's finally time to go higher. So yeah, the gold chart, on the other hand, as you see, it's breaking down, is breaking towards the downside, which is a good thing. I mean, in this tiny context here, for example, if we look at it like this, it looks bearish, but when we zoom out, it actually still maintains the uptrend. So this can turn out to be a nothing burger, definitely. The gold does not have to go down for crypto to go up, because since printers will get turned on, so pretty much everything should, at least in theory, should rise, measured against US dollar. But it is definitely possible that we see some sort of a sell-off here, at least temporarily, and that could be another triggering for stronger inflows to crypto, to be honest, to give additional kick to the crypto market, right? Gold probably will still come back to its uptrend after that, even if it occurs. It does not have to occur, but like I said, it will be a nice push, additional push for crypto if we get it. If we don't, we don't really need it, but if we get it, it will definitely help. So yeah, okay, let's take a look what we are dealing with on X. What stories are popular on CryptoX today? Watcher Guru, Justin, Jeff Bezos sells $665 million worth of Amazon shares. I wonder what he's going to put that into. Who knows? Maybe even a little bit of crypto here and there. $665 million. That's some cash. That's definitely a nice chunk of cash. Do you still trust the plan? What is the plan, Dr. Simon Godek? I don't know. I don't know what was the plan. Is he talking about American politics? Jack, BitChat now on Android. Open source moves fast. Yeah, this is a chatting application that allows you to communicate through Bluetooth. I haven't tried it out. I haven't installed it. I installed it. I don't really know how well or how bad it works, but it's definitely an interesting one. CRG, Fartcoin, open interest exploded over the last 24 hours. Okay, so many people are trying to trade Fartcoin. One of the most interesting information from today I've seen so far on CryptoX is that on Phantom Wallet they launched perpetuals with Hyperliquid integrated into Phantom Wallet. So I wonder how that one is going to work. Will you be able to trade perpetuals on every single coin with that addition, or is it only on those coins that I don't know are available somehow or listed somehow on Hyperliquid? I don't know really how Hyperliquid works exactly. I haven't looked into it. Cointelegraph. Tether holds an 8 billion gold stockpile in a secret Swiss vault with nearly 80 tons, making it one of the largest holders outside banks and nations. Nice one. Definitely a nice one. Okay, this one is political, so let's skip it. Breaking. Zach buys Ray-Ban for $3.5 billion. They did not purchase Ray-Ban, they purchased 3% of Ray-Ban's parent company. Oh, okay. Community notes. Yeah, that's a big difference. 3% rather than whole company. ETH outperforming. Launch the nukes. Many people still look at ETH as that, let's say, a front-running indicator against altcoins, the market front-running the altcoins, and therefore being the alt season indicator. And well, it's at least trying to do something. I have a position in ETH, to be honest. Can I even show it to you? What on this interval? This is the one I have. This plus 4.59 in profit, as you see. So nothing huge, but yeah, it's pushing up. As you see, it's trying to get higher. I already said it that I think Ethereum is going to beat its all-time high still this cycle. Many people, stopped to believe that. I'm very convinced that that is going to happen, but I still think there are much better trades than Ethereum across the board. One of them being, of course, my own meme coin, Hightech. The link to it in the description section of this live stream. You'll find to the liquidity pool. This one is the easiest trade on the whole internet right now. So here we were still going to beat all-time highs, probably not by much, but not by much is relative. So I think like 50% from all-time highs, that will give us like, I don't know, vicinity of 6,000, maybe $7,000. I think you should not expect anything higher. That does not mean it won't go higher. Of course it can go higher because given that US dollar is going to be devalued, strongly devalued. So this is that one moving part that makes it so much more difficult to calculate all of it. But I'm just throwing a dart, and I think we are not going to go um, above 7K. That's my very rough estimation. But of course, I could be wrong on that. If Ethereum is going to go higher, then the rest is going to go way higher than that. I mean, in percentage terms, of course. Yeah, let's see. Let's keep reviewing it here. CIA director smiles and lets out a sigh of relief as Trump announces more weapons to Ukraine. But that one is old. John Radcliffe looks relieved, like this was always the plan. What does that tell you? Okay, let's keep it. That's political. Copper gets a gold candle as it explodes by more than 13% for its biggest gain in history. Copper is useful. So, yeah, copper, gold, but gold should see some spike up too. And it has not seen anything like that. If it was caused by some, war fears. Donald Trump has just confirmed XRP as a reserve currency by filing an XRP ETF with the SEC for Truth Social. A US crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, SOL, and ADA. I will make sure that. But this one is old. This one is old. So they are just, they are just heating up the old dish, old plate, reheating it. When scientists went full Ocean's 11 for alien tech with Charles Hoskinson. What the hell this guy was talking about? I'll have to I'll have to look at it. I don't know if you know Sean Ryan show. If you don't, then I think I can definitely recommend it to you. It's not like I like all of the podcasts, all of his shows. Some are better, some are worse. But same with Joe Rogan. So some are better, some are worse. But I like him as a interviewer as a podcaster. I must say he's definitely very likable. Trump has confirmed that tariffs will begin on August 1st with no extensions or changes to the date. We'll see. We'll see if there will be a taco. Trump always chickens out or not, because talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Let's see. And so far we haven't seen Epstein files yet, so that's one instance of how correct that proverb is. Talk is cheap. It's much easier to say something than to deliver. Breaking. Bomb captures 61.56% of Solana launchpad revenue. PalmFund drops to 19%. Okay. Another casino that will be draining people's pockets. That's why I didn't launch my meme coin on PalmFund, because it just doesn't give you the tools to make something sustainable. Highly likely the other platform has literally the same problems. Token terminal Tether 2 2's USDT averages 1 trillion in monthly on-chain transfer volume. Wild. Yeah, this is how you make money on stablecoins. You just charge for I mean charge fees for transfers, and as you see, it's very profitable. In 2024, Tether made more money than BlackRock. Imagine that. Anthony Pompliano, home affordability is so bad in this country that people have literally given up the dream of even owning a home. Many don't think it is possible anymore. Yeah, the housing market in the United States went absolutely crazy. But that is the case pretty much all over the world. Housing is very unaffordable pretty much everywhere for the given nation, of course. If you come from a certain country, you rely on economic possibilities of that certain country, then it will be very, very easy for you to own a house, your own house, or I don't know, piece of land or whatever. Phantom says Hyperliquid. Yeah, I already commented on that. The new tokenized real-world asset on Solana hit a record 480 million with users, up 631% in 30 days. Sorry. Yep. Tokenization is one of the biggest things that recently happened to blockchain, and it's going to stay like that for a while. It has its dark side, of course, because it's highly dependent from regulators. But I think sooner or later the space is going to mitigate those risks that are related to that part of the coin, that side of the coin. No pun intended. Yeah. Okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up right here. Share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so, and definitely consider getting yourself at least a little bit of high tech. $1, $2, $3. It will still serve you very well. You know, the risk on it is exactly what you invest $1, $2, $3, then which is like practically zero. Nobody will feel any difference if $1 or $2 are lost. But what if I'm right and this is one of the biggest trades that you're standing in front of, and is going to literally give you a couple of grants out of such a small investment, right? So I think the asymmetry here is absolutely crazy, and yeah, my advice is just give it a try. Thank you guys for your time. I will see you sometime soon. Cheers.